So we are doing the video 5 of the law of indices. It is exercise 1A, where you're going to simplify the algebraic expressions using the law of indices. So I'm sure you know about the law of indices. Let's take the A1. Multiplication means add. So this would be x3 plus 4. So it will be x raised to 7. Let's do the B1. Multiplication means add. So you will multiply the constants separately. So 3 into 2 is 6. Multiplication means add, but only when you're applying the law of indices. And to apply the law of indices, you need to have your base the same. The base is same over here. So you can apply the law of indices only on this x. So this will become x3 plus 2. So this becomes 6x5. Division means subtract. So you're going to apply your law of indices. The base is the same. So this will become k, 3 minus 2. So this is nothing but your k. The next sum, division means subtract. But you can do this only when your base is the same. So the constant is treated separately and the base is treated separately. So here you have two ones are 2 and two twos are 4. So this would become 2. And for P, you will apply your law of indices 3 minus 1. So this becomes 2P2. Let's take the next question. Division means subtract, but this you can do only when the base is same. So the law of indices can be applied only over here. For the law of applying the law of indices, you need a base and you need a power. So law of indices can only be applied to x. The 3 and 3 will cut over here. So it becomes x. Division means minus, so you're going to minus, so this becomes x. For the next one, the F1, this is in the form of a raised to m over n. So this becomes a raised to m n. So this will be multiplied. So this will become y raised to 2 into 5 is 10. So this becomes y raised to 10. Let's go to the G1. You can try yourself. G, H, and I. First, you need to put it in the proper form. So this will become 10x5 over 2x3. Law of indices will only be applied to base and power. Constants will be dealt separately, variables will be dealt separately. So this would become 5x. Division means subtract. So 5 minus 3. So this will become 5x square. The next one, let's write it properly. So this will be P3, the whole square over P4. This is in the form of a raised to m, the whole raised to n, which becomes a raised to m n. So you have to multiply. So this will be P over 6 upon P over 4. Base is the same. Law of indices can be applied. So this will become P, 6 minus 4. So this will become P raised to 2. Same thing over here. First, you'll write it in the proper form. Becomes 2a cube, the whole square, divided by 2a cube. First, you will apply your law of indices over here. You cannot apply more than one law of indices at one time. So this will become 2a. This is exactly in the form of a raised to mn. So you're going to multiply this 3 and 2. So this will become a raised to 6 upon 2a cube. 2 and 2 gets cut. Base is the same. Division means subtraction. So it will become a raised to 6 minus 3. So this will become a raised to 3. We can do the next 3 sums yourself. You can pause the video, try doing the sums yourself, and then go back and see the solution. Let's go to the next part. When I'm solving exercise 1A, the question number 1. First, write this in the proper form. So it will be 8p4 over 4p3. I will deal with the variables separately. So this will become law of indices can be only be applied when the base is same and division means subtraction. So this becomes 2p 4 minus 3. So it becomes 2p. Next one, deal with the constants separately and the variable separately. So 2 into 3 is 6. You will apply law of indices to A. So it will be A 4 plus 5. So this becomes 6A 9. Let's go to the next one. Deal with the variables separate and constants separate. So this becomes 3. You will apply law of indices first with A. So A becomes 3 minus 1 and B becomes 7 minus 4. So this will become 3A square B cube. Let's do the next one. So first we would write it properly. So this becomes 8p4 over 4p cube. Constants separately, variables separately. So this will become 2p. Since it is division, we're going to subtract. So it will become 4 minus 3. So this is 2p. Next one, constants separately. So 3 into 2 is 6. Variables separately. Multiplication means addition. So it will be A 4 plus 9. So this will become 6A. How much? 6A 4 plus 5. So this becomes 6A 9. Is it the same one? Yeah, it is the same one, JKL. Now let's do the next one, MNO. Variables separately, constants separately. First, you need to simplify. So this will be 9x square multiplied by. You will apply law of indices over here first. So it is a raised to m raised to n. So this becomes 3x. It will be a raised to mn. So it will be 3x 6. 3 into 2 is 6. Now constant separately. 9 into 3 is 27. Variable separately. Multiplication means add. So you will add 2 plus 6. So this becomes 27 x raised to 8. Over here, variables separately, 3 into 2 into 4. So this becomes 24. 3 into 2 into 4, you can also use your calculator. X would be 3 plus 2 plus 6. So this becomes 24 x raised to 11. Similarly, here which law will you apply? A raised to m, the whole raised to n. So it becomes a raised to m n. So this will be 7a4 into 3a mn multiply. So into 3a 8. Constant separate. So 7 into 3 is 21. A 4 plus 8. Okay, there's a mistake we did over here. The square would go to both the places. Square would go to 3 also, and the square would go to 4 also. So this would be 7a4 into 3 square is 9, and a raised to mn, so a raised to 8. So this becomes 7 into 9. 7 into 9 is 63, and a raised to 4 plus 8. So this will become 63, a raised to 12. Now the next three. First thing, you always write properly. So this will be 4y cube, the whole cube, divided by 2y cube. Remember, this 3 would go to 4, and this 3 would go to this also. So this will become 4 cube and y cube cube divided by 2y cube. 4 cube is, what is 4 cube, Ira? 16 into 4, 64. So this becomes a 64, a raised to mn, a raised to mn. So this will become 3 into 3. So y raised to 9 divided by 2y cube. Now I will deal with the constant separately and with the variable separately. So this is 2 ones are and 2 32s are. So it becomes 32 y raised to 9 minus 3. So it becomes 32 y raised to 6. Try these two. Pause the video. Try it, then I will solve it. Now, as you know, you should first write it in the proper form. So I will write this properly. So this will become 2a cube divided by 3a square into 6a5. Also, to apply the law of indices, your base needs to be the same. And you cannot apply more than one law of indices at the same time. Since you cannot apply more than one law of indices at the same time, you see what you want to deal with. Okay. Now if I see what I want to deal with, I will first do over here. Constant separate. So this I'm going to keep the same. Here I'm going to do 6 into 3. 6 into 3 is nothing but 18. Okay. And now law of indices will be applied over here to the A. Like A raised to M into A raised to N will give you A raised to M plus N. So it would be A raised to 2 plus 5. So this will become 2A cube over 18A7. Now since I have this, now what am I going to do is I will deal with the constants separately and I'm going to deal with the variables separately. So 2 ones are and 2 nines are. So this becomes 1 upon 9. Now A, how you going to deal with A? Think. This will become A 3 minus 7. If you have A raised to M upon A raised to N, it becomes A raised to M minus N. So it becomes minus. So this will become 1 upon 9. A raised to 3 minus 7 would give you a negative number. So A raised to minus 4. Now you know that whenever there is a negative, that means it involves a reciprocal. So whenever there is a negative number, you are going to deal with reciprocal. So when I'm going to deal with reciprocal, so it will become 9 a raised to 4. Think over it. Think there's something wrong over here? Yes, there is something wrong over here. You've forgotten the numerator A. If I've forgotten the numerator A, so it would be 1 by 9. A raised to 3 minus 7. So this becomes 1 by 9. A raised to minus 4. Now this is what I did is a common mistake that every student does. Okay. Now what you have to understand over here is that this is one part and then there is multiply by 6a5. So now I'm going to do this correctly. This is what is the wrong that we did, and this is what normally all kids do. The reason of doing it wrong was that you realize that this is how you have to first separate the brackets. Now let's see how this is. It is actually 2a cube divided by 3a square and then it is multiplied by 6a5. This is the wrong part. Okay, now you're going to do with this is 2 upon 3, a raised to 3 minus 2. So this becomes 2 upon 3a. Now you're going to multiply it with 6a5. So this will become 6 to the 12 by 3, a raised to 1 plus 5, a raised to m plus a raised to n is going to give you a raised to m plus n. So this becomes 3 ones are, 3 fours are. So this is 4a raised to 6 and this would be the correct solution. This is the general mistake that normally students do. It was very important for you to make you realize that this is the mistake that you do and it is wrong. You need to identify to break the brackets. Now let's do over here. This is simple. All the three are multiplied. So there wouldn't be any confusion in this. So it would be 3 twos are 6. into 1, 1. Then law of indices for A. So you will add all the powers 4 plus 5 plus 3. So this makes it 6A raised to 12. With this, we complete exercise 1A, the question number 1, which was nothing but what you had to do. You had to simplify the expressions. Now we will do exercise 1A, where you have to expand and simplify as possible. Please remember that when you're expanding the bracket, so anything outside the bracket would be given to both the variables inside. So this will become 9x minus 18. This can be done in the calculator also. This will become x into x, x square plus x into 9, 9x. Now, what is tricky over here is that there is a minus sign over here. So, if you have a minus sign outside, it is going to change the signs inside. So, this becomes minus 12y. And now this is a minus sign, so it is going to change the sign inside. So 3 into 3 is 9 plus 9 by 1 plus 1 is y square. So minus 12y plus 9y square. Let's go to the next one. xy plus 5x. Here minus 3x square. Minus is going to change the sign of inside. Minus 5x. Minus 20x square. Minus will change the side of inside. Minus 5x. Let's do the next one. 4x square plus 5x. Minus is going to change the sign inside. Minus 15y, it is going to change the sign. Plus 6y, 2 plus 1. So it becomes plus 6y cubed. Minus is going to change the sign inside, so be careful. Minus 10x square plus 8x. Let's do here. 3x 1 plus 2 minus 5x square. So 3x cubed minus 5x square. Here 3x plus 6 plus x minus 7. There was nothing to multiply. Since it was plus, the signs remain the same. All x together, all numbers together. So 3x plus x makes it 4x plus 6 minus 7 would make it minus 1. So it will be 4x minus 1. I'll go ahead. 5x minus 6. Minus is going to change the side inside. So minus 3x plus 2. X together. 5 minus 3. 2x minus 6 plus 2. It makes it 2x minus 4. can try the next one, the M and N. Let's do the next sum. M. You have to expand and simplify. 4 would go to C, 4 would go over here. There is a minus sign. Please be careful. This would change the signs inside. So it will become 4C plus 12D squared minus 6C minus 3D squared. So this will be 4C minus 6C plus 12D squared minus 3D squared. So it's minus 2C, and over here, what will this be? 12 minus 3, 9D squared. So I will put the plus 1 ahead. So it's 9D squared minus 2C. Next one. I just have to open the brackets, but please make sure the minus sign is going to change the sign of the things inside. So it is definitely going to change the signs of the things. So it's r square plus 3t square plus 9 minus 2r square minus 3t square minus would make it plus 4. So I will get the t square together. I will get the r square together. So it's going to make it plus r square minus r square. So r square minus 2r square plus 3t square minus 3t square would cut. So I have plus 9 and plus 4. So this would make it 9 plus 4 is 13. Plus 1 and minus 2 is minus. So it will make it minus r square. Please pause the video. Try these 3 sums yourself. Let's go ahead. These are the remaining sums of question 2. I'm very sure you would be able to solve it. You just need to multiply everything with x. So it would be x into 3x squared, x into minus 2x, and x into 5. This would be your main answer. Please note that when you're multiplying this and this, you would have the law of indices applied. So it would be 2 plus 1. Same way, you have to multiply 7y square with every component inside the bracket, with 2, with minus 5y, and with 3y square. And this would be 2 plus 2, y4. This is your main answer. Similarly over here. But here you need to be very careful because all the signs inside would change. This would become minus, this would become plus, and this would become minus because you have a minus sign outside. You need to solve it yourself, and this is the answer for it. Here, you would open the brackets simply, multiply 7 with x, 7 with 2, then you will multiply 3 with x and 3 with 4. But when you are over here, because you have a minus sign, it is going to change the signs of the things inside. So this will become minus 6x and plus 12. Then all the x together, all the numbers together, and you should arrive at this answer. Over here, Please be very careful. This 5x is separate. So it would be 5x. This is separate. This will change the signs. So it will be minus 12 plus 6x. And then you have a plus 6. It is very important to understand what should be multiplied with what. Then you get 6 plus 5, 11x minus 12 plus 6. Minus 12 plus 6 would make it 11x minus 6. So with this, there are more three sums which you could practice, and the answers are over here. You can practice and the answers are over here. You need to be very careful that when there is a minus sign outside, it is going to change the signs of the things inside. Practice, practice, and try to match with the answers. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the link below. So now we are going to do the C part of exercise number 1A, which would be simplifying the fractions. Let's go to simplifying the fractions. You know that the denominator would be given to every term of the numerator. So if I am simplifying the fractions, so it is going to be 8x cubed over 2x plus 5x over 2x. This is the third part. I will cut the constants to 1s and to 4s, and I will apply the law of indices, because to apply the law of indices, the base needs to be same. And division, that is a raised to m over a raised to n, it makes it a raised to m minus n. So I'm going to apply the same law of indices. So this will become 4x 3 minus 1 plus 5 by 2. And this becomes x 1 minus 1. So this will become 4x squared plus 5 by 2, x raised to 0. Anything raised to 0 is what? 1. So it becomes 4x squared plus 5 by 2. Because the law of indices says that a raised to 0 is 1. Please note this is the D sum. Let's do the first sum, A sum. You know you have to give the denominator to both the things. So it becomes 6x4 over 2x plus 10x6 over 2x. Constants should be dealt separately. Variables should be dealt separately. So this is 2 1s and 2 3s. This is 2 1s and 2 5s. So it becomes 3x raised to 4 minus 1. To apply the law of indices, the base has to be same. So I say a raised to m divided by a raised to n. It makes it a raised to m minus n. So it becomes 3x raised to 4 minus 1 plus 5x raised to 6 minus 1. So it becomes 3x cubed plus 5x 5. Similarly, I want you to try B and C, and it would come at this answer that I'm writing it over here. It's very easy. This would come up to 3x4 minus x6, and this would be x cubed over 2 minus x. Pause the video and try it. I would solve the C1 for you. So this would be 2x4 over 4x minus sign would remain in between 4x squared over 4x. Now I would do 2 ones and 2 twos. So this becomes 1 by 2 x raised to 4 minus 1. So it becomes 1 by 2 x raised to 3 minus x raised to 2 minus 1. So it becomes x cubed over 2 minus x. Similarly, you can try the E and F, and the answer would be 7 by 5 x6 plus x. And over here, it would be 3x4 minus 5 upon 3 x squared. With this, we complete exercise 1A. 1A of algebraic expression, which includes simplifying the expressions. So we know how to simplify the expressions. We know how to expand the expressions and then simplify. And we also know how to simplify fractions. So this completes 1A, which is the basics that you need to know of indices while solving further questions.